Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. It's a call that no pilot or a ship's captain never ever wants to have to make in his life. Why? Because it means trouble, a very big trouble in fact. Mayday is a word used around the world to make a distress call. Mayday signals a life-threatening emergency, usually on a ship or a plane, although it may be used in a variety of other situations. We have heard many different kinds of calls, Mayday calls. It's an emergency procedure word used internationally as a distress signal in voice procedure radio communications. It is used to signal a life threatening emergency, mainly by aviators, as we have mentioned, by mariners or a ship's captain. But in some countries, local organizations such as police forces or firefighters and transportation organizations also use the same term. What's the history of Mayday? This Mayday procedure word was conceived as a distress call in the early 1920s by an officer in charge of radio at Croydon Airport, England. His name was Frederick Stanley Mugford. He had been asked to think of a word that would easily display or communicate distress and would easily be understood by all the pilots and the emergency ground staff people. Since much of the air traffic at the time was between this place, Croydon, and Le Bourget Airport in Paris, he has proposed a word or a term like Mayday. It's a phonetic equivalent of the French major. It's a short form of Venice major. That means help me. Help me is the meaning of this term. So actually, comes from French word, and the term is unrelated to the holiday May Day. This is a single word, May Day. There is no space between May and Day. So this is a single word. So it doesn't mean uh, that it's a holiday. And a new procedure word was introduced for cross-channel flights in February 1923. The previous distress call had been the Morse code signal SOS. You might have heard the word SOS, but this was not considered suitable for voice communication. That's why they have used a different term like Mayday. We might have heard many different types of calls from pilots and captains, and there are certain other words for urgent calls. Pan is another word. PAN, pan hyphen pan. Pan is another French word that means breakdown. And declaring emergency is sometimes used by aviation as an alternative to calling Mayday. For example, in 1998, Swissair flight 111 radioed Swissair 111 Heavy was declaring emergency after the situation had worsened, upgrading from the Pan which was declared earlier. So this is a term. Mayday is a term. It is a demand that the channel only be used by the vessels or authorities involved with the distress. So this is as we have mentioned earlier, this is a distress call, and the pilots or the captain use this term in such an emergency situation.